Welcome all. We have already started our fifth lesson. So we have already completed the sublimation part. We have also seen about the change in the state of matter. We have seen what is boiling point. We have also seen the freezing point, the melting point too. Okay, so sublimation means what? Yes, in the state where solid directly gets converted into gaseous without getting converted into liquid form is called as sublimation. So for example, you can give over here the naphthalene balls, means the dambar goli which you are keeping in your clothes. So that balls, when your mother is keeping in your clothes, after few days if you observe, the size of these balls will be reduced. Yes, they possess the property of sublimation. So when you are opening a box of camphor, you can see that the smell is spreading everywhere. Why it gets spread? Yes, because from solid state it directly gets converted into gaseous state. Now we are going to see what are the properties of substances. Properties of substances means yes, which properties that substances possess, we are going to see them. Now you can see over here there is a glass. You can see there is fine powder. You can see the rods present on the top. You can see the door also. Okay, so to answer the above question, they have asked you few questions that a glass, is it made of plastic, steel or glass? Or they have told you a rod, is it of iron or aluminium? A door, is it wooden or glass? A white powder, is it of salt or sugar, or particularly chalk powder? To answer the above question, you consider their properties. Example, that transparency, hardness, weight, color, sound produced from it, solubility in the water, etc. What these actually things are, we are going to study now in the following part, that is properties of substances. Now you have anytime taken the chalk from your school? Yes, you can see that whenever you just give a little pressure on the chalk easily breaks. So when a substance easily breaks by applying a certain pressure, okay, or certain force, that substance possess the property of brittleness. Okay, glass, if you take, if you throw the glass down, or the glass if it falls down, if you can see when it falls down, it breaks, it get converted into small pieces. So yes, the glass also possesses the property of brittleness. So what is brittleness? Yes, the property in which a substance get converted into pieces or particles is called as brittleness. Now you can see over here a person, he have taken a nail in a hand and another one is hammering from the top. Now sometimes some few things are very hard. If you throw them from the top also, they will not break very easily. For example, your wall, your door, if you hit it how many hard you want, it is not supposed to break. So what is the reason behind this? Yes, so you can clearly see the nail easily pierces wet mud, but it will never pierce the piece of a wood. Why does this happen? Yes, this happens because of the hardness a substance possesses. Okay, so what is the property hardness called as? Yes, hardness means what? A property of substance in which it resists to go, or it resists to be pushed inside or through the another substance. So you can tell over here the stone, the door, the blackboard, nail, etc., the hammer, they all are hard. Now you can see that a person is holding an elastic band, a rubber band in his hand. He have stretched it and later he have released one hand from it. So what is this property called as now? Yes, this property is called as elasticity. Yes, elasticity means what? By applying a certain force, you are increasing, or you are taking a particular substance, you are stretching it, and after the force is relieved, or after the force is what we can say removed, that particular rubber band is coming to its original shape. So this property is called as elasticity. So they have given you, just see, the rubber band and the sponge go back to the original shape. Some substances change their shape when a force is applied to them, and after removing the force, they are coming back to their original place, and that substance possesses the property of elasticity. So we have seen just now three properties. First one was brittleness, second one was hardness, and the third one was elasticity. Okay, so the next part you can see in this picture, they have pouring a honey oil drop and the water from the another side. They have taken these all three things and they have kept that dish little slanted. You can see, always remember, water flows wherever it gets the slopy areas, or it can flow wherever it will get the place. So liquids flow downwards on a slopy surface. This property is called as fluidity. The fluidity of any liquid is determined by how easily it flows. For example, water can flow much faster than oil and any other liquid. Okay. Now the next part is density. Now density means what? Yes, if you have taken two blocks like one is of iron and one is of wood, and if you have kept them in water, or if you have thrown them in water, you will see that the iron block, which is that, it will directly go inside the water, and if you see the block of wood, it will remain floating on the water. So what actually you can refer from this, or what actually you can tell from this? Yes, you can tell one thing, that iron has more density than the water, that's why it sinks inside the water, and wooden block is having less density than water, that's why it floats on water. So the difference is because of the difference in the densities between some substances of same volume. The ones which is having the greater density are heavier than those of the lesser density. Okay, now the next part is solubility. So right now we have seen how many types? Yes, we have seen the fluidity, the density, the elasticity, the hardness and brittleness. Okay, we are going to see now the next part is solubility. Solubility means what? If you take kerosene in one of the jar, and if you take water in one of the glass, if you add little sugar or salt in them, you can easily tell that salt will get dissolved in water, but salt will not get dissolved in kerosene. Yes, why this happens? Because water is an universal solvent, and some things or many of the things get readily dissolved in water, or they can get easily dissolved in water. So you should conclude from this one thing, that some few substances have the property of getting dissolved very quickly. Such substances are possessing the property of solubility. For example, salt, sugar, etc. The next part is transparency. From the glass you can see over here that girl can clearly see the moon. Okay, so transparency means what? You can see the other side from a side where you are sitting, or you can see the side which is opposite to you if you keep the glass in between. So this property is called as transparency. So glass, some type of plastic, clean water, air are the transparent substances. So these were the properties of the substances. Now we are going to see the properties of metals. Which are the properties of metal? Yes, first thing we are going to see what actually the metal is. Metals or substances like copper, gold, iron, aluminium are called as metals. Metals are found in the form of mineral deep inside the earth. We have that day only we have seen in our second lesson and first lesson how these substances or these minerals are found underneath. Metals are found in the form of the minerals which are deep inside the earth. Minerals from the earth crust are processed to obtain the metal. In daily life, metals have various important uses. Let us study few of the properties of these metals. Now, we have seen in our first lesson how actually we are getting the fossil fuels. They are doing many processes, they are using many technologies, and later from these minerals they are obtaining our metals. So, there are few properties of these metals. We are going to see them. So, the first part is malleability. Malleability means what? When you are hammering a particular metal again and again, the wire becomes flat. Okay, on hammering repeatedly, any of the metal, it becomes very flat, or it forms the thin sheet. Now you can see the sheets which are there on your roof. Okay, in Marathi you call them as patre. So they are also they possess one type of a property of a metal that is called as malleability. So what is malleability? Yes, the metals can get converted into sheets by hammering this property is called as malleability. So what is malleability? Yes, the property in which metals are converted into sheets. The next property is ductility. If you have seen these wires, they are present in the electrical wire also. So these metals can be stretched and drawn into wires. This property of metal is called as ductility. Metals like silver, gold, copper, platinum can be drawn into fine wires. So wires are useful for the electrical purpose. You are also using wires for some different household purpose. So always remember, the property of metals to convert them into wires is called as ductility, and the property of metal to convert them into sheets is called as malleability. Now what is meant by electrical conductivity? You are knowing, whenever we on the fan, immediately as soon as we switch on the button, the fan is rotating. Why this happen? Yes, because that wire transmit or transfer the electricity from one place to another. So electricity can flow easily through metals, and that's why the property of metals to conduct electricity is called as electrical conductivity. Now thermal conductivity means what? Now you tell me, when your mother is cooking the food, when she is heating from down, when she is heating with the help of the gas, the full utensil is getting hot or only the downward parts is getting hot? Yes, the whole utensil is getting hot. Can you tell me why this happens? Yes, because the heat is getting transferred from downward part to the upward parts, and this is called to be as the thermal conductivity. The property of the metal that allows the heat to flow through it completely is called as thermal conductivity. What is meant by luster? Yes, some certain metals are having a typical shine. It is also called as luster. Every metal has a characteristic color by which it can be identified. For example, silver, you are knowing it is having grey color, gold is having little copper like or golden like color. Okay, and the last part of the metal or the property of metal is sonority. The metals which produces sound, that property is called as sonority of the metals. Okay, from this lesson we have seen the properties of metal, we have seen the properties of the substances. So I hope you have understood this lesson. We will write down the question answers soon.